Did you know that nearly 70% of seniors take at least 5 different medications daily? And almost 30% of them unknowingly take dangerous combinations right before bed? That peaceful little pill you pop at night? It might be the very thing disrupting your sleep, slowing your heart rate, or even increasing your risk of a deadly fall. Here's a chilling stat. Seniors who regularly use sedative medications like benzodiazepines are 3 times more likely to suffer nighttime falls and twice as likely to die from them. And yet, millions are still taking these drugs just minutes before laying down to sleep. Even over-the-counter painkillers like ibuprofen or nighttime cold medicine can silently strain your liver, confuse your brain, and wreck your deep sleep. The type that keeps your memory sharp and your heart strong. And if you're taking blood pressure meds at bedtime, there's a 45% chance you might be overdropping your blood pressure in your sleep, risking a blackout, a stroke, or worse. This list isn't just about avoiding inconvenience. It's about protecting your brain, heart, balance, and independence. These 7 habits might seem minor, but for older adults, they can be the difference between waking up refreshed or not waking up at all. Let's break them down, starting with a habit almost everyone thinks is healthy. But before we reveal it, drop a comment below with where you're watching from. And if you would like to share any experience to engage with our community, you can leave your comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. A single choice today could gift you years tomorrow. Let's get started. Number 7. Taking certain medications before bed every night. Millions of seniors quietly take their medications, sleep aids, painkillers, blood pressure pills, without realizing the potential dangers tucked inside those small tablets. What feels like a harmless bedtime habit can, in reality, become a health hazard, especially as the body ages and becomes more sensitive to how drugs are processed. Sleeping pills like diazepam, alprazolam, and clonazepam, commonly prescribed to ease insomnia or anxiety, are designed to calm the central nervous system. But in doing so, they also slow breathing and can leave lingering effects well into the morning. Dizziness, confusion, and unsteadiness after waking aren't just inconvenient. They increase the risk of nighttime falls, fractures, and even death. According to the British Medical Journal, older adults using these medications regularly face significantly higher mortality rates and injury risks than those who don't. The impact doesn't stop with sedatives. Muscle relaxants and certain antidepressants taken at night can rob the brain of deep, restorative sleep. Over time, this disrupts memory consolidation and speeds up cognitive decline. Painkillers, especially NSAIDs like ibuprofen and diclofenac, pose another threat. While they offer relief, frequent use strains the liver and kidneys, raises the risk of internal bleeding, and becomes even more dangerous when mixed with other medications. Blood pressure pills, which some take at bedtime, have a more complex effect. For some, nighttime dosing helps regulate pressure more effectively. But for others, it can lower blood pressure too much while sleeping, reducing blood flow to the brain and increasing the chances of fainting or stroke. A study in hypertension confirmed that timing significantly influences cardiovascular risk. As the metabolism slows with age, drug interactions become harder to predict. Without careful supervision, combining sedatives, blood thinners, or painkillers can lead to serious, sometimes fatal, consequences. Even a routine can become risky without the right guidance. Number 6. Ignoring snoring, breathing stops, or insomnia. A soft snore in the night may seem like a minor inconvenience, but for many older adults, it could be the alarm bell of a far more serious condition: obstructive sleep apnea. This disorder quietly affects nearly 40% of seniors, yet about 80% of cases remain undiagnosed. What's happening behind the scenes is deeply troubling. The muscles in the throat relax too much during sleep. The airway narrows or shuts completely, and breathing can pause for seconds, or even hundreds of times each night. Each pause sends oxygen levels plummeting, forcing the heart into overdrive just to keep the body functioning. This relentless strain carries a heavy cost. The Sleep Heart Health study found that untreated sleep apnea raises the risk of fatal heart attacks by 30% and strokes by as much as 60%. Beyond the heart, the damage spreads to the brain. Sleep apnea strips away the deep, restorative sleep that protects memory and cognitive function. Studies show that seniors with untreated moderate to severe sleep apnea experience brain shrinkage in areas tied to memory and decision-making at nearly 3 times the typical age-related rate. The signs are often hidden in plain sight: loud, choking snores, frequent awakenings, or gasping for air in the night. Mornings might bring headaches or dry mouth. Days can drag with exhaustion, and staying awake during a quiet moment becomes a struggle. Chronic insomnia, too, may be a symptom, not just of stress, but of underlying cardiovascular or neurological issues. Left unchecked, it weakens the immune system and worsens conditions like diabetes and hypertension. Fortunately, there is hope. Treatments like CPAP machines, often costing around $500 to $1,000, alongside weight loss and lifestyle adjustments, can reduce cardiovascular risks by up to 42%. Addressing these warning signs isn't just about sleep. It's about safeguarding the heart, preserving brain health, and extending the quality of life. Number 5. Getting out of bed too quickly. A quiet rise from bed in the middle of the night might seem harmless, but for many older adults, it can trigger a moment of intense dizziness or even complete blackout. This sudden wave of disorientation is often the result of a condition known as orthostatic hypotension, a rapid drop in blood pressure that happens when moving too quickly from lying down to standing. With age, the body struggles to regulate this shift. Instead of sending blood quickly to the brain, it momentarily pools in the legs. That delay, even if it lasts just a few seconds, is enough to cause a fall. The danger is real. Research published in JAMA Internal Medicine shows that seniors with orthostatic hypotension face a sharply higher risk of falls, fractures, and even premature death. Falls remain the #1 cause of injury-related hospital admissions among the elderly, often occurring in the early morning or late at night, when blood pressure dips and vision is poor. A misstep during these vulnerable moments can lead to devastating injuries, hip fractures, broken wrists, or traumatic head injuries that sometimes require months of recovery and can strip away independence entirely. But prevention is surprisingly simple. Sitting on the edge of the bed for a few seconds, flexing the feet, and taking slow breaths allows blood pressure to stabilize. A small sip of water, kept in a $10 bedside carafe, can also help, especially for those dealing with dehydration. Adding $15 motion-activated nightlights can brighten the path to the bathroom, preventing a stumble in the dark. Supportive handrails, non-slip slippers, and removing loose rugs are practical changes that cost little but protect much. Even a conversation with a doctor about medication timing could make a critical difference. Rising slowly isn't just wise, it's a quiet act of self-protection. Number 4. Sleeping in a hot room. As night falls and the body begins its delicate dance toward sleep, it relies on a subtle but vital drop in core temperature. This gentle cooling acts like a switch, triggering the deep, restorative sleep cycles that repair cells, strengthen memory, and rejuvenate the immune system. But when the bedroom is too warm, anything above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, this natural rhythm is thrown into chaos. Instead of drifting peacefully into slumber, the body fights to release trapped heat. The result? Restless tossing, broken sleep, and waking up feeling drained rather than restored. The consequences are especially dangerous for older adults. With age, the body's ability to regulate temperature weakens, making it harder to adjust to excess warmth. A pivotal study in the American Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry revealed that seniors who slept in warmer rooms lost up to 30% of their slow-wave sleep, one of the most crucial phases for brain health. This isn't just about feeling groggy the next day. It means higher levels of inflammation, increased blood pressure, and a significantly weakened immune response. Over time, these effects raise the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even accelerate cognitive decline. Dehydration is another lurking threat. Seniors often don't feel thirst as intensely, yet nighttime sweating in a warm room drains the body of fluids and electrolytes. This loss can thicken the blood, increasing the danger of clots, irregular heartbeats, and even strokes, especially in those with pre-existing conditions. Experts recommend keeping bedrooms between 60 degrees Fahrenheit and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Lightweight cotton sheets, layered blankets, and gentle airflow from a fan or cracked window can create the ideal environment. These simple changes cost little. Many fans are under $30, but their impact is profound. A cool room isn't just refreshing. It could be the quiet key to protecting the mind and heart through the night. Number 3, sleeping in the wrong position. Night after night, many adults settle into the same sleeping position without realizing how it may be quietly shaping their long-term health, especially as the body grows older. For seniors, the way the body is positioned during sleep can influence everything from breathing to brain function. One position in particular has raised serious concern among researchers: sleeping on the back. While lying face up may feel relaxing, it can dramatically increase health risks. In older adults, gravity pulls the tongue and soft tissues of the throat backward, narrowing the airway. For those who snore or unknowingly suffer from sleep apnea, this can make nighttime breathing even more difficult. According to the Mayo Clinic's Sleep Disorder Center, sleeping on the back can worsen breathing problems by up to 40% compared to side sleeping. This obstruction cuts off oxygen flow in short bursts throughout the night, which over time can lead to higher blood pressure, stroke, and even heart failure. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that older adults who sleep on their backs face a 22% higher risk of heart-related events during the night. But the risks go further. For those with acid reflux or hiatal hernias, lying flat on the back makes it easier for stomach acid to move into the esophagus. This can trigger silent reflux and increase the chance of aspiration when food or acid enters the lungs, and may even lead to pneumonia or esophageal cancer over time. What's more, research from Stony Brook University shows that back sleeping reduces the brain's waste-clearing function by 63%. Harmful proteins, including those linked to Alzheimer's disease, can linger longer than they should. Experts suggest the left side is the most beneficial sleeping position. It improves digestion, blood flow, and brain health. Small adjustments, like using a firm pillow behind the back or between the knees, can help make the switch easier and healthier. Number 2, eating late at night. For many, a late-night snack is more than just a treat. It's part of the daily routine. But for older adults, this habit can quietly unravel sleep quality, metabolic health, and even heart function. The aging process brings changes that shift how the body processes food. Metabolism slows, digestive efficiency declines, and the systems that regulate blood sugar and cholesterol begin to struggle. Eating late at night forces the body to keep working while it should be focused on rest and repair. The results are more serious than they appear. Heartburn and acid reflux are the first red flags. Lying down shortly after eating gives stomach acid the opportunity to rise into the esophagus, triggering that all-too-familiar burn. For seniors, this goes beyond discomfort. Chronic reflux can cause esophageal inflammation and increase the risk of aspiration pneumonia, a dangerous condition where food or acid is inhaled into the lungs. A study from the American Journal of Gastroenterology confirms that eating within 3 hours of bedtime significantly raises the chances of nighttime reflux. But the digestive system isn't the only one at risk. Late-night eating, especially meals high in sugar or refined carbs, causes blood sugar to spike. And as insulin sensitivity decreases with age, those spikes linger longer. A 2020 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults who ate late had significantly higher blood sugar and insulin levels the next morning. There's also the issue of blood pressure. During sleep, blood pressure should drop, but eating too close to bedtime can keep it elevated, a pattern linked to increased risk of heart attacks and strokes. Heavy evening meals can also provoke arrhythmias, especially in those with existing heart conditions. The most effective solution is timing, eating dinner at least 3 hours before bed, focusing on lighter meals, and choosing snacks like a handful of almonds or plain yogurt can protect both heart and sleep. Number 1. Drinking too much water before bed. Hydration is essential for health, but there's a critical detail often overlooked when that water is consumed. For older adults, a habit as simple as drinking too much water right before bed can quietly sabotage the very health it's meant to support. The human body, especially in later years, begins to manage fluids differently. Kidneys lose efficiency, the bladder shrinks in capacity, and urgency signals become sharper. This creates a perfect storm. Drinking a large glass of water, tea, or juice within 2 hours of sleep dramatically increases the chances of nighttime bathroom trips. This wouldn't be alarming if it were merely inconvenient. But the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report that falls are the leading cause of injury-related hospitalizations for seniors in the United States. A dark hallway, a drop in blood pressure from standing up too quickly, and diminished balance combine to turn a midnight bathroom visit into a serious fall hazard. More than 800,000 people a year are hospitalized because of a fall, often with devastating consequences. Interrupted sleep carries its own heavy toll. Waking frequently to urinate pulls the brain out of critical stages of sleep. Over time, this disruption is linked to increased inflammation, memory impairment, weakened immunity, and a 1.5 to 2 times higher risk of developing dementia or Alzheimer's. Chronic poor sleep also makes it harder to manage hypertension and diabetes, 2 conditions that already affect millions of older adults. And then, there's the hidden stress on the heart. Processing large amounts of fluid before sleep can create blood pressure fluctuations and strain the cardiovascular system. For someone with pre-existing heart conditions, this can result in irregular heartbeats or worse. To avoid these risks, the most effective strategy is timing. Stay hydrated throughout the day, then gradually reduce fluid intake after 5 p.m. Keep pre-bedtime sips minimal and avoid diuretics like coffee and green tea. Simple adjustments, like a nightlight or clearing walking paths, can mean the difference between restful sleep and a trip to the ER. Seniors, this is not just about better sleep. It's about protecting your heart, your brain, and your independence. Every night, those little habits, taking meds at the wrong time, sleeping in a hot room, rushing out of bed could be quietly putting your health at serious risk. But here's the good news. Once you spot these dangers, you can start changing them. And that change could save your life. Don't wait for a fall, a blackout, or a hospital visit to make these adjustments. Talk to your doctor about your medications and the best time to take them. Set your bedroom to a cool, calming temperature. Take your time getting out of bed. And be mindful of those late-night snacks and water glasses. Your health and safety are in your hands. Right now. Start breaking these habits tonight and take control of your sleep, your health, and your future. If this helped you, hit like, share this with someone you care about, and subscribe for more vital health tips that could save your life. Because everyone deserves a safe, peaceful night's sleep, especially you.